Hi, my name is Kase, and I'm your host as you step into the virtual cross-cultural walking tour. We are here at Hogans Alley, and we are going to discuss the illustrious history of people of African descent within BC and the Lower Mainland area. Stay tuned. The history of people of African descent in Vancouver and the Lower Mainland did not just start in Hogans Alley, but much earlier. The year was 1885. Hogans Alley was a T-shaped cluster of black businesses and institutions. It ran from Gore Avenue 2 blocks east of Jackson Avenue and 1 block west towards Main Street. This man is Sir James Douglas, who is also known as the father of BC. His father was from Glasgow, and his mother was a Creole woman of African descent. Sir Douglas played a role in making majority of the province crown land, and in return was given confirmation by the Queen to establish a new colony in Western Canada in 1871. In the late 1800s, there was a gold rush taking place, and the new colony, led by Sir Douglas, needed loyal settlers. Sir Douglas reached out to communities he believed would be loyal to him and the new colony. Some of the initial pioneers that arrived in Canada were Mifflin Gibbs and Peter Lester, prominent businessmen and leaders within their own communities. In the 1930s and 40s, Hogans Alley was a working-class immigrant enclave, a bustling neighborhood filled with restaurants, Southern-style cottages, and nightclubs. Right now I'm standing outside a Pacific Central train station. Train stations played a pivotal role within the community of Hogans Alley. The majority of the men worked as porters on the trains to support themselves and their families. Hogans Alley emerged with the building and expansion of the Great Northern and Canadian National Train Station. Vancouver was the last stop of the train station, and lots of black performers and entertainers came to stay in the area and perform. The train station provided many opportunities for locals. People within the community found work on the trains as porters and gained access to cross-country travel and sustainable incomes to support themselves and their families. Another pillar within Hogans Alley community was none other than Vise. It was the legendary Vise. It was a place where people within the community, reporters, artists like Lena Horne, Ella Fitzgerald, Nat King Cole will all come and stop by after their performances in Vancouver to come and hang out and celebrate. Vise opened in 1948, and like Vi, many women in this community worked or owned speakeasies and nightclubs. Aunt Vi's restaurant did not only serve great food, but entertained the top performers of the day, including Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, Lena Horne, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, and Nat King Cole. Hogans Alley was not just a destination for the stars, but it raised some of them as well. Some local stars include Ernie King, the Leona Kids, and the Crump Twins. The Crump Twins were born in Alberta and migrated to BC. One of Hogans Alley's most notable celebrities is none other than Jimi Hendrix, whose family migrated from Washington to Hogans Alley. Hogans Alley sowed the seeds for what is now considered to be Hollywood North, Vancouver's premier entertainment industry. Hi everybody, we are now standing outside of one of the premier locations of the cross-cultural walking tour, one of my favorite places personally. It is the Fountain Chapel Church. It was an institution within the Hogans Alley community and was a pillar where everyone in the community would come and share and commune and build and connect. This woman in this photo is none other than Nora Hendricks. Nora moved to Vancouver from Seattle after her husband Ross found work in the city. They lived in Hogans Alley from the 1920s up until it was destroyed in the late 1960s. Nora helped to start the first black church in the area, called the Fountain Chapel. The Fountain Chapel was the soul of the community and the center of cultural life in Black Strathcona. The church was a cornerstone for people of African descent in Vancouver for decades, until it was sold in 1985. One could only imagine what songs and spirituals would be played today if the church was still in service. In the 1960s, Hogans Alley and some parts of Chinatown were being threatened by the Urban Renewal Project. The project wanted to erect a highway right through the community. However, because of protests, the highway was never built, but the Georgia Viaduct was. The Georgia Viaduct destroyed the western end of Hogans Alley, forcing people within the community to migrate to other parts of the city and province. Hi, we are now standing outside of 258 North Hendricks Place. This building was built to honor her legacy and her impact within the community and Hogans Alley. It's a 52-unit, temporary modular housing building. This building focuses on supporting marginalized groups experiencing homelessness in Vancouver. The building displays a mural with design elements shaped by Black culture. This amazing mural highlights prominent images of Black leaders in Strathcona and Hogans Alley, bridging together the past, the future, and the present. And there you have it, everybody. Hogans Alley. Thank you guys for staying tuned and engaged, and hopefully you've been inspired to actually come here yourselves in the real time and actually experience this community for yourself. The history of people of African descent is expansive in BC, and hopefully you just got a little bit closer to what we are trying to promote, which is more inclusion and more awareness of everyone's cultures and histories, so we can become a more stronger and vibrant community of human beings on the planet.